There we go. Okay, and we're back up. Um, are you two finished with your talk, or is there more to it?
Are we good for now? Adam, are we good?
I think he froze.
Okay.
Okay, well
Yeah,
then,
good.
Ice, what are you up to?
I got up the cracking on, and there he is.
About that, my internet just dropped.
You're good. He stabbed you. Yeah. Roll D. Was it roll D6? Drop the lows.
I figured as much.
Yeah. I just I slid off the boat. Hit the market. Looks for fresh food to eat for breakfast.
Okay.
Because I'm not eating anything that's in that galley. Because Lord knows what the hell's in there.
Okay.
It's like almost rotted apples. And I'm coming back on board, and I'm assuming the door was open, so I'm just kind of like walking up to the end of the tail end of the conversation, like, what? Kind of like, okay.
Is anyone else up down there?
It was just me, so I got food. As I hold up like a doggy bag of.
Well, I'm sure the dwarf will get up, or should we let him sleep?
I'm sleeping, no.
It may be a little while before we get good rest.
Okay. So, you go to make your way into the market. Go ahead and make a investigation check.
Yeah. 6.
14.
Look, I found breakfast.
It takes you the better part of half an hour to find a stall that's suitable to the diet that you enjoy. But you are able to find it. Basic breakfast for yourself costs about 2 copper.
Okay.
Arrakis and Avram, what are you two doing this morning?
At some point, I would like to go shopping and see if we can get some provisions, but I think the biggest order is to try and find a crew that can prepare and sail out in a couple days. Do you gentlemen agree?
Well, Ice isn't with you. Ice
I
wandered
agree.
off the ship finding breakfast.
No, I came back with breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought we were-
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I'm standing there. So it took me a half hour to find it and came back. There's a tail end of the conversation. I'm like, oh, okay.
okay.
Interesting.
it was up early.
I
You
would,
guys want to go to the inn? What was it? What was the name? I can't read my writing. The Tired Inn? The
Tired.
Tined Inn? I'm not even sure. I can't really read my own handwriting.
I would definitely recommend maybe hitting up the dockmaster and see if there's cargo that needs to be transported up to the main city. That would be probably beneficial, at least to get the boat out of here to cover its initial cost and to get a feel for this endeavor you guys want to start. This way when our leash arrives in a day, we'll at least have an idea of what we're truly dealing with.
Okay.
And as you're saying that, you see a familiar dwarf stumble out of the lower deck. I know I smell breakfast. What you got?
I'll throw him the sack of whatever I got and be like, here.
And you see him start to rummage into it and enjoy a breakfast with no care for whatever was left over for everybody else.
Well, y'all can work that out.
Okay. So as you all are starting to make your standard day, standard morning, I should say, go ahead and make a perception check.
19 plus 1, 20.
Okay.
Dude, sex.
16.
The dice
16.
not with me.
Arrakis and Avram, you see the familiar, aged man that you had met a couple nights before that grumbled as you woke him up in the city government building, approaching the ship.
The dockmaster.
Harbor Master, yes.
Harbor master.
Ah,
Speak of the devil. The harbor master is coming this way right now.
Well, this could be good or it could be bad.
Good morning. Have you all made any progress on naming her, or to what I'm supposed to fill the paperwork out to be?
yes. Arrakis.
Yes. We decided on the name.
You have the name.
Yeah, we're going to name her the Arianas. Arrianas. That's the name of our boat, our ship.
All right. And you see him start to scribble down in a small bound piece of. It'd be a notebook. And the name of your mercantile.
The Flying Daggers, correct?
Okay.
Flying Daggers it is.
And he scribbles that down. I'll have the paperwork drawn up before too long. You can start using those names. I was told to make sure that you have all the legitimate paperwork, and if anybody asks about it, have you direct them to me or the mayor, as the paperwork's in the process of being drawn up. You have a couple days left of dock fees paid up. After that, it will be. You see him rummage through his notebook a little bit. For a schooner class, dock berthing, it'll come out to about 50 gold a day to dock. After that,
At that point, I think I spit whatever out of my mouth and I'm drinking, being like, sorry, what?
well, when you're in port, you have to pay for the space you're taking up. There's dock workers that aid in unloading and loading. So for every day you're sitting here empty, that's 50 gold worth of time.
I'll take one look around and be like, right. This is a fishing village, right?
We do more than just fish, but primarily, what's your point?
What's some of the bigger cargo you move that will require such a high docking fee?
Well, are you saying you can't afford 50 gold a day?
We can afford 50 gold. We can afford 50 gold a day. However, we plan on being gone by then. However, if it comes to it, we will pay the 50 gold. We'll make sure that we abide by all the laws and regulations of the city.
Then,
We're running a business too. We just want to network and make friends. Toothy grin.
make a Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Oh, shit.
You
Oh,
effectively just bared teeth at him.
Fuck. It was a friendly smile. For the record, I just rolled a natural 20, so it's a 21 on the first one. I gotta roll again. Bastard.
roll the natural one.
That's all I got.
Well, I can understand wanting to network and make friends and ease your ability to enter and leave ports, but you're a new business. You've yet to establish yourself and what you can bring to the city. So, as it stands, 50 gold a day is the rate.
I'm just gonna look over at the rest of my other two compatriots and be like, kind of like, look, anyone want to jump in here? Like, what do they do? This kind of like, crap. I don't know what other language you guys speak, so I'm just gonna just shut up.
Well,
I will. Go ahead, Captain.
I mean, my associate here has said that we'll pay. What day are we paid up till? You said we have a few days.
You're paid up for the next 3 days. You have to have left Berth by evening of feast day.
As we are starting this venture, we were discussing if you had any need for cargo transported. I know you said you do things other than fishing. What other sorts of cargo do you trade in?
Well, what with Perm so close, the major cargo we deal with are fish that are heading up to Perm. Passengers often trying to make their way across the sea to the eastern continents. That's really kind of it. Really, most of our cargo is either fish, passengers, or whatever we're trying to acquire for the village that's too cumbersome by horseback. There are some lumber, but if you're heading towards Perm, it's not going to fetch a price.
Gotcha. Have you had any requests for passenger ships to Perm over the next couple days?
Not really. It's about the same by ship as it is by foot, so most people just walk it.
Okay. Well, if anyone comes in, tell them that we could make room for them.
I will. We'll keep that in mind. You have a schooner, so you can take what, about 15 tons of cargo?
Yep, just what I was thinking. 15 tons exactly.
If you're willing to stick around for till rest day, we'll load you up on. We'll get some fish on you. I can't guarantee it'll be a full 15 tons. That is a rather large amount of fish. We'll say it's going to be 100 gold for berthing and the cost of the fish, and whatever profit you're able to make or loss you may take in Perm, it's on you.
Oh, you don't know how many. Wait, you don't know how many you'll be able to provide, but you're giving us a price on it?
Well, effectively we're giving it's going to be 50 gold for the fish. Otherwise, you're going to have to split the cost of the fish with because you only make a percentage of the profit on the cargo haul if you just lease it, effectively just ferry it for the shipping vessels. I mean, if you're going to pay 50 gold for the fish, and then we will absolutely load you with 15 tons.
All right. So will you let us stay until rest day?
Well, if you pay up the 100 gold now, we'll get you taken care of, and we'll load you up overnight of feast day into rest day and let you off on your way on rest day with a fully loaded vessel.
Gentlemen, what do
What's
you
the
think?
what's the profit share on that?
There is no profit share. You're buying
We
50
get
gold.
whatever-
You're
yeah,
buying
we get
15.
whatever's left over after the 100 gold. So we sell the 15 tons
Okay.
for what we can get, and then we have to pay the 15% to the academy. I think it's 15%. Yeah, and we get the rest. You know what the current price of fish is going for?
In Perm, I couldn't tell you. I do know it's a fairly high demand item in Perm, just due to the size of the city.
I mean, it sounds like this is the biggest thing that you guys do here. So
Well, yes, but you have to understand, I'm a harbor master. I don't
I understand.
travel. I know it's higher than average, but
estimates are fine.
it is cost per pound 5 copper. I need to pull up a calculator. It's about normally it's going to be about 5 copper a pound, but depending on who you're able to talk to, you could probably get about 7 copper a pound. I'm sorry, 9 copper a pound. But you could probably get about
3,000 pounds on the ton, just for the record.
somebody caught
So-
it. Thank you. It's TONNE, not TON.
Uh-huh.
Hi, welcome to shipping.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you're the guy who did these boardings. As a kid. All right.
So I would say you could probably get an extra 15%, probably 10-15% due to the demand of the fish. We do have fairly high quality fish if you're able to make it there fairly quick. So 3,000 times 15 times 9. You're gonna make me do math, aren't you?
No, you already did the math wrong. I got it.
Is it 270 gold?
No, it'd be 405,000 copper, which would be at 15% markup. You're looking at 465,750 copper.
15.
15 tons times 3,000.
Yeah, which gives you 21, and then 21 times 15 tons is 300. Yeah, 315,000. Yeah, copper effectively, which then equates to how many copper in a gold?
9. Your math is wrong there, Luck. 15 times 9 is not 21.
15 times 9?
Okay, well, 15 times 3 is not 21. It's 45.
times 3 is 45.
I was doing it about it's 7. That's 7 copper.
It's 9 copper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There.
It's 9 copper.
It's 27. 27 times 15. Yeah, 405.
405,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
405,
let's see,
405.
silver and 100 copper is 1 gold.
About 100. That equates to almost a little over
1,000 gold. 4,050 gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
1,050 gold. You gotta give 15% to the academy.
Now, the only reason I'm doing this for you is because the academy is honestly going to pay us more anyways. So, really, it's just kind of as a primer to get your business started, and I'm just going to charge the rest to the academy.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, we'll do
Oh,
it.
I'm fine with that.
With your-
Now, do any of you have sailing backgrounds or merchant marine backgrounds?
I take one look at myself and my fur and look back at him and go, nope.
I take it you don't like the water very much.
Don't like water?
Opposed to it? But it's not my favorite thing to play in.
No, but your explanation as to what the crew's jobs were was very helpful. We're headed over to the inn here shortly to try and get a crew on board.
Well,
What was
just,
the name of the inn again?
The Tired Inn. Just be aware, being a unknown quality in town, and a new merchant, you're probably going to be paying a little bit more for skilled labor because you're going to have to entice these sailors to want to go with you.
Understood.
But that's between you and them.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the heads up. But I think we're better off with the crew than with not, most definitely, because I don't think I could sail this thing past the end of the dock.
And I don't want to have to charge you for a dock. What the heck? I really don't. I don't like this setup. It keeps kicking me
Dropping.
every now and then.
Yeah, there you are.
So, yeah, you'll probably have to pay, and I really don't want to charge you to fix our docks. Not that they couldn't use it, but besides the point. So, well, with that, I'll be off to start the paperwork.
Right. Thank you. We'll see you on rest day or before. Get things going.
All right. And 100 gold needs to be deducted from you all. I don't care who does it or how it's split up.
Take care of the 100.
Okay. Sir, before you go, are there any good provision stores if we needed things like, I don't know, food, supplies, equipment? I know we're probably asking for a couple different places. Maybe even some potions if we run into some problems.
Good luck on the potions, but there's nobody here that does potions. For potions, you need to go up to Perm for that. As far as
Yeah, I figured.
We have some connections up there, but I thought we'd at least ask, see if we can do the business here.
that's all right. As far as general provisions, general shipping provisions, if you talk to some of the dock workers, let them know they'll get it to you at market value for whatever you're looking for. Can't guarantee they'll get everything for you, but food, whatnot, that's not a problem. That tends to be about basic quality foods, about 5 copper per crew member per day. And that's food and water.
Well, I got a few ideas, but I'll wait.
And with that, with him with it, as soon as he finishes saying that, you see Godneck just start walking back towards the government building.
Well,
All right.
with him out of earshot, I'll just look and be like, well, we know that if we hire crew here, it's going to be what they have on hand. Maybe if we go to perm, because we have a day or, how many days we got? Give or take, Nolan? Now that we paid, the fees have been paid.
You have till rest day, so it is currently pipes day, so you've got effectively 3.5 days. Because you have to set sail the evening of rest day. Or the morning. Really, you're going to be setting sail on rest day once all the cargo's loaded.
Okay. I mean, at this point, we have 2 days to to kind of play with, which would be back up to perm, potentially look for a crew, hire a crew, have them meet the ship here.
Now remember, it's a 2-day walk back to perm.
Is it a 2-day walk?
Yeah. You are on the cart, so you're able to go much faster on the road.
Yeah. Unless we got a cart. Okay. Potentially hire a provisional crew to get us there, and then work that out from there.
I mean, this is a harbor. I figure if we're looking for people who are experienced, this would be a good place that they may
Sure.
be. And we always ask around. I would like to, at least while we're there, kind of learn from them. So if we ever need to fill in, replace, eventually we'll be able to do that. Because the harbor master is right. I don't know how to sail a ship, but if this is what we're going to do, we're going to have to learn.
Yeah. The other thing I was thinking, if it wasn't such a bad hike, I was going to say maybe someone try to secure a deal for the loadout before we arrive. This way we're not playing with it. But again, we'll see what happens.
What was that?
Potentially try to secure a deal for the cargo before it arrives.
I mean, I don't know how we're going to do that. Going up to perm and back.
Yeah, unfortunately, because of the trip.
Unless can we sell it to the academy?
I don't think
They need the food.
I don't think they're gonna buy from the people they just set up on the venture and be like, sure, we just bought you a boat. Yeah, well, sure, we'll buy your whole cargo. I don't think they're.
Yeah, I'm thinking outside the box here.
I'm pretty sure my instructor would have just looked at me and I would have had a whole bunch of things flying in my head at that point.
So understand what 15 tons of fish is.
Oh, I do. If anyone knows, I do.
I mean, you're talking about enough fish to feed a city for a week.
Yeah, it's a stupid amount. Like, if you ever see holes that have that much, it's like, seriously? It's impressive, but which also means the vessel's going to be very slow when it moves because that's a lot of weight.
Yeah. Good point. So, should we go look for a crew, or is there anything else we need to do around here?
Yeah. And I will add to this, just so you guys know, while it is 15 tons of fish, you also have to have the cooling for 15 tons of fish to keep it cold.
Yeah.
So you're really looking at probably about 8 to 10 tons of usable cargo.
You could probably squeeze it with 10, Vindy, but I mean, that's...
Yeah, right? Refrigeration isn't a thing. You have to put ice.
Yeah, and anything below the waterline, which is most of the hull, kind of stays cold, but...
Yeah.
Again, it's not going to be... We're all going to want baths. How about that?
Yeah. So, I mean, you're still going to make out, like, bandits, but it's not going to be 15 tons. We'll say you can get 10 tons with the cooling.
Yeah.
Well, Ice, you seem to know a decent amount.
Okay,
Oh,
by the way, that
that's
was
all
all
out of
him
me.
out of character.
Okay. All right.
Like,
More
wait a
life
second.
kind of like eased in for a second. How about that?
All right. Well, should we go look for a crew? Or is that something? Are there other things that you guys want to do?
No, that's a game. I mean, you can find a crew, hire a crew. I'm a little still curiosity about the whole dryad thing in the woods, but we can approach that later.
Yeah.
Oop, wait, is it back? Okay.
I was just making sure I didn't time out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want anyone else disappearing off the road and problems not like completely solved per se.
All right. So head off to the inn.
Okay.
Okay. So you all make your way to the Tired Inn. It's a 5-minute walk. It's fairly easy to spot as it's the main inn in town, and it's looking around, you can tell it's a very well-maintained building for what it is. Compared to the rest of the town, the first floor is made of fairly well put together stonework. Very well maintained wood facade on it. Even the upper level has very well maintained wood and a well maintained roof. So it's pretty obvious this is kind of the center of commerce for most travelers within the city. So what are you all doing?
Head on in and find a table.
Okay.
Go to the bar and seeing if the bartender's there.
Okay, Ice, you're able to find the table pretty much without a problem. In fact, the other two vagabonds have tailed along with you, we'll say. Just because I don't feel like RPing all of them. If they're not here, they're not here. Oh well. Yeah, you're all able to sit down, find a table, not a problem. It's busy, but it's not packed. Araka or Avram, as you approach the bar, you see what would appear to be a middle-aged male with very long, sea green hair. It looks not quite dreaded, but definitely looks like it's not really designed to be above water. A very thin face, very thin set. You'd almost think he's sickly, but the way he's moving around is he has anything about that. He's roughly 5 feet tall. And what he's wearing appears to be leathers made out of various types of fish hides and fish skins. And how can I help you? You're new in town.
Passing through for ducking for a bit and then on out here in a few days.
What can I get for you?
Some of your best ales, if you wouldn't mind.
Just one? Oh, 5. That'll be... that'll be 1 gold.
There's a gold for the ales and a gold for you, and information if you might have it.
What are you looking for?
We are looking for a crew to help with our new business that we have set up, and we are in need of some deckhands and some seaworthy folks to come along on the ride.
There's many in here that are seaworthy. Uh, Deckhands
Mean
are. I hate
worthy,
to say,
seaworthy.
I hate to say this, but deckhands are about a dime a dozen. It doesn't take much to get one of them, but when you say seaworthy, are you meaning more skilled individuals? Well, if you, it's a bit early in the day, but if you ask around, I'm sure you'll be able to come up with some. There's a local. This is a local hangout for most of the seaworthy, or for most of the sailors when they're in between jobs.
Happen to have any suggestions on individuals that might be a little bit above the line?
Make a persuasion check.
17. 18, sorry, 18.
Oh, is there anything in particular you're looking for?
A little bit experienced with not only just sailing and general maritime, no, maritime, but willing to put in the extra effort if things were needed.
Well, again, like, what exactly are you looking for in the maritime skills? There's a lot.
Somebody that can, navigate the ship, steer the ship, shoot the cannons, some typical maritime responsibilities for a new business set sailing this week.
Oh, I'm sure there's some people here. Well, it sounds like you're looking for pretty much a full officer's complement. Is that correct? And as he's saying that, he kind of looks you up and down. You don't strike me as a sailor by trade.
Oh, by trade. However, by fortune's favor, a new business is about to take off and we need to expand into other markets.
Okay. Let me think on it, and I'll get back to you. Hopefully, in the time it takes for me to get you round.
I appreciate you thinking about it, and I will go head over with my friends. And while I do so, more gold for your trouble of making sure that we find the right crew.
Thank you. And with that, you see him turn his back on you and start beguiling the speed of his speech, he's able to pretty deftly pour five ales as you go rejoin your party. So what are you two doing?
Chatting.
Checking out the room. I'm seeing, clientele, what's people look like, who looks like their business, who looks like their dock workers. Like I said, just networking. Let's seeing who's buying, who's selling, who's dressed like they're selling, who looks like they're working.
Make a investigation check.
Blink
Or
out.
disconnect. That works too.
Am I back?
Yep, you're back.
Investigation checks. I'm out of here.
No, I rolled it. 13.
Looking around, you're able to find a fair few number of individuals that would appear to be not really partaking in the festivities. I mean, they're not actively not drinking, but they're not trying to make a fool of themselves. You gather they're trying to make a good impression.
Okay.
Several of them have not rapiers, but short swords, a couple falchions, various other types of cutlasses with them.
What's the joke from Mighty Python? Who's not covered in crap?
The ones that you've noticed, they all appear to be fairly clean. One of them does strike you as rather odd. You see at first glance looks like an elf. But the hair's much whiter. The face is almost a gray. But the clothing that she is wearing strikes you as something that is very much someone who is home to the sea.
Okay. With that, because at least with my background training in school, I'm gonna be like, whoa. I don't blend it. That definitely don't blend. I'll tap Arrakis and point that out and be like, there's one person I think we should maybe talk to here. And I'll point her out in the general direction and be like, that looks interesting for reasons that I look interesting.
And I'll go, where? What?
Like, oh my god. Oh my, are we not gonna get killed? Okay.
It's not hard to see her. She stands out now that you know what you're looking for. And with Ice's feline clawed finger pointing towards her.
I wasn't trying to be obvious. Be like, yo, at your 3 o'clock.
Gotcha.
Make a sleight of hand.
Jesus Christ. 19?
As you're pointing her out, she looks your way and starts to walk towards you.
Ah, shit.
She rolled a natural 20 on perception. I mean,
well, I guess the party's coming to us, so everyone look right.
and with that, you see this. What now that you're looking at her head on, it is very clearly a drow. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you today? You're rather new to town. What brings you here?
Oh, we've been here all week. I kid.
We've been doing some work for the mayor, and are here looking for some assistance.
Would you all happen to be responsible for the scuffle last night? Well, I guess a night ago.
Scuffle? Could you describe the scuffle?
Very much the sounds of blood-curdling screams as people went overboard on a ship.
I remember some seagulls.
Make a deception check.
I'm trying to be a smart ass with deception.
You tabaxi are always so interesting. I can't tell if you're legitimately trying to lie to my face or if you're just having some fun. But you've piqued my curiosity.
He's a bit of a kidder, you know, just him being him.
It's always about fun. You're just as interesting. Please have a seat.
Well, thank you. And you see her just straddle the back of a chair.
Oh, you said what is her loadout that we can see she pulls the Riker maneuver to sit in this chair?
Make a perception check. And you can all make this, because she's sitting at your table.
17.
Okay.
13.
All right.
We didn't hear you.
15, 1-5.
Okay. Best you're able to gather, she does have a cutlass. Does appear to be, from the handle that you can see in the scabbard, it does appear to be very well maintained. And that's on her right hip, as if to be drawn with her left hand. And then on her left hip, in a cross-draw fashion, is you see the handle of something, but you're not able to make out exactly what it is underneath her coat. And the coat is a fairly long leather coat, not overly billowing, but not excessively revealing in any way, shape, or form, with fairly long tails that head down the back. Not to be formal, but more of to help keep the sun off her legs. Very long sleeves, a hood that's currently folded down because she's inside. But that's what you can make out.
Okay, that's... There's like a whole thing, like metagame out of my head. There's a whole slew of things. I'm like, I have an idea, but that's staying in my head. Okay, so she's at least as geared out as say the rest of us are.
So, how did you hear about the scuffle the other day?
Well, I just pulled in on off of a voyage, and I like prowling the docks at night. If you can't tell, I am not, shall we say, overly fond of sunlight.
No, I never would have guessed it.
But for more about that, you'll have to buy me a ale. Actually, no, a rum.
A rum?
Okay.
I got you. I'll be right back.
Okay. And as you're getting up from the table, you see this same green-skinned man with leathers made of what appear to be fish, coming towards you with a platter as he's trying to. He actually kind of like just hip checks one of the more unruly patrons out of his way as he sets it down on the table. You're round of drinks, good sir. Can I
you.
get you all anything else?
Actually, we just needed a round of rum to follow as a chaser.
You. What kind of rum did you want?
I'll look over at her new companion and be like, "What would you like?"
Consider this a test
A test?
to see if you're worthy of continued conversations.
So life is always a test.
Easy enough, sir. Top shelf, please.
That's not a problem, but there are many kinds of top shelf rum.
Well, you can choose the best that you have at that counter.
Again, do you want a clear rum, a spiced rum?
Oh,
a-
absolutely, a spice rum.
In resounding echo, our team goes spiced. Always spicy.
Uh, very well. Do you want a bottle or just
Yes.
that'll be 5 gold.
I'll throw it.
Okay.
Okay. And with that, you see him scurry off, and he approaches mere moments later with a dusty bottle of a very caramel colored liquid. As he sets it right down there, and you just see 6 shot glasses hit the deck or hit the table.
Thank you very much, sir. And I'll give him a gold for the service.
You're most appreciated. You were asking about some skilled help. Currently, I know of a navigator and a bosun in town.
Okay.
Would they be of interest to you?
They meet your standards, sir.
Well, I mean, I don't really have need for a ship, but from the other captains that have wandered through here, they all seem to be very enamored with their work.
That's all I needed to hear. How do we find them?
They'll be here typically around just after sundown.
Have a
Fantastic.
hangover.
If you see them after they have a drink or two at your fine establishment, you send them to the Flying Dagger, which is in Dock 3, the berth 1. That's where we'll be.
Will do. And if you see them, they're not hard to spot. One of them is Kenku, but top-notch navigator.
Do you know their name?
They are Kali.
Right. And the bosun?
The bosun is a... I don't know. He's
NPC 4.
Give me a second. Because I know what I'm looking for. It's just going to take me a second. All
My
right.
character's still gonna die.
The bosun's name is Umog.
What was that? Boomog?
Umog. And again, she's not very hard to find either. But they tend to work together. Many look down upon them.
Seem just like our perfect.
They look hey, we like underdogs.
Okay. If that's all, then I'll leave you to your business. And at this point, he just walks away.
Right. Well,
Okay. All right. So he walks off. I'm assuming the drow has been paying attention to everything.
The drow has been paying very close attention.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much.
so why don't we pour drinks? I'll pour a shot for everyone.
Oh, what is it? We're doing car bombs, or in D&D, I guess we're doing flaming carts. Got him. At least got him face palm once.
Anyone,
You can't be
get a little
doing
bit
a
of
flaming
fire?
cart. It's not whiskey.
Yeah, well, real hot seconds I've been in Boston, all right? Those are rough nights, dude.
Is it maybe a flaming alchemist spice? Like a flaming Dr. Pepper?
Are you all actually doing this? Are you dropping your shot of rum into the ale?
I'm not.
I'll do it. You live once.
Okay.
Does it owl see what the drow does?
Are you toasting or just dropping it in there and slamming it back?
Drop, toast, and drink.
Okay, and what's everybody else doing?
Just
I
do the
will-
toast. I do a toast with the ale, and I leave it at that.
Okay. And are you downing your drink?
Yep. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Guess that's one yes.
I take a shot of my whiskey, and then I take a sip of the beer.
Okay, so you're doing a shot and a sip and a raucous.
I do shots and sips.
Shot and sip.
What's the drow doing?
She's just watching at this point. Ice, I need you to make a performance check.
Oh shit.
Please don't throw up on us.
14.
14. Okay. You take the shot glass that is now full of a very caramel colored rum, drop it in the tankard, clank with Avram and Arrakis, tip it back, and a little bit runs in. For a moment, you think you're not going to be able to down it all, but you do, and you're able to slam it down on the table.
Impressive.
Is that really any way to treat this rum? Let me show you how it's done.
Hell yeah.
She grabs the bottle,
Oh shit.
which at this point is maybe well, with everybody, so 5 shots, 6 shots, so it's maybe 3/4 full at this point still. And she just tips it back and just chugs it down and slams it on the table.
Anything left?
That brings a
The
little tear to
bottle
my
is
eye.
empty.
I'm just gonna look over at Ice and be like, "What you got there?"
Shit.
And she looks directly in your face, Ice. And you just hear. Let me see if I can find it.
She's gonna burp straight up, fucking old school. Dude, I'm having flashbacks of Gitmo with you describing this for the record.
I know.
Cable Beach.
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm still eating, but I'll play.
Sure. As soon as we start drinking, shows up.
Oh yeah.
I knew it. I sensed it in the force. I'm gonna drink with you guys too. I'm gonna eat though, so I'm gonna keep myself on mute because I don't want to gross you guys out.
Not an issue.
Yeah, you just hear an ungodly. And it smells. But yeah, she was at least entertained by what you have done. So there is that.
Well, with that moment, I'm gonna be like, so let me introduce myself. I'm Ice and Summer, and you would be.
My name is Clodo Terlude.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Clodo. Where do you hail from?
Far away from here.
And with that, I pour 2 more drinks and be like, well, same here. I'll drink
Pour
to
2
that.
more drinks of what? She drained
Thanks
the
for your
bottle.
pouring.
She drained the oh shit. I thought there was something left.
No. She emptied it.
Damn. All right. I'll just be like the hailing flag of we need more.
You see a rather harried gnome run up. What can I get you?
I'll hold the bottle. Whatever this is, bring 2. And I'll throw 10 gold. Oh, sorry. I'll throw 11 gold on his plate.
Right away, and you just see him dart off.
They were 5 a bottle, right? If I could do my math.
Yeah.
Well, where do you hail from, Mr. Summer?
Specifically, my friends call me Ice, and then I'll just state that I come from somewhere, not exactly 100% sure, but I was raised up north, never churning mists of the Hidden Isles. Oh crap! He's writing this shit down.
By your garments, I would say that you are from the Monastery of the Open Fist, are you not?
Well, I train as that. And home is more specific to my clan. But my training is of that style. How would you know
don't
that?
consider the monastery your clan?
It's the only home I know. My home is my clan.
Okay. So I hear you all are looking for skilled personnel for a new venture.
Absolutely. And you were just
Might be your particular speed.
Well, I do rather enjoy blowing shit up.
Right.
Are you skilled with a cannon?
Well, that is one of my preferred methods of blowing shit up.
She's a gunner.
We actually are looking for a skilled gunner on our crew.
And where are you sailing to?
Right now, just head up to Perm in a couple days.
And from
After
there?
that, wherever the wind takes us.
I suppose I have been feeling rather wonderstruck as of late. What are you offering?
Well, we're offering provisions and pay.
Well, the provisions are standard for any owner of a vessel, but what is the pay?
That's at a game that dude, you guys
What?
at a game that, I mean, that should be you guys kind of. I don't know what the daily rate is on a crew other than
I have no
Yeah.
idea.
no one. I'll straight up ask her, "What do you?" what's the
Afterward,
interview, yeah, what's the interview question of what are you looking for?
Yes.
Well, I'm looking to not have to sail for the rest of my life. Or
No,
work on
neither
somebody
we.
else's vessel for the rest of my life.
Well, we're starting out a new venture, so seeing where it goes. But what would be your standard rate?
I suppose I wouldn't be opposed to 8 gold a day.
Tell me those bottles of rum showed up yet.
They have not.
Damn it. Well, for 8 gold, what other skill sets do you have other than making things go boom?
Well, I make things go boom very well. And I tend to keep the rest of crews in line. They respect me. Or fear me. I'm not sure, and it doesn't really matter to me. But you need a master gunner.
Yeah. But are you a bosun or a captain type of leadership role?
I'm a gunner.
do I get a sense that she's trustworthy, believes that she's worth that much, or is she trying to talk us up?
Make an insight check.
Metagame, they're always trying to talk you up.
A whopping 5.
Yeah, you totally believe her.
Come on, guys, she's worth it. That was okay.
Well, she just drank 5 gold worth of fucking booze.
How about this? We'll see how it goes up to Perm. We do have need now. We'd be more than happy to give you the 8 gold. You have to buy your own drinks. Except
No,
for the
it's 8 gold per day.
yes.
Hold,
said 8 gold a day.
hold on. Hold on. We or negotiations. You can blow shit up, as you say. Then what about if things require being blown up? What's your skill set in taking on more close quarter combats?
That's a fair question. And with that, you hear a. Make a perception check.
Perception. This bitch just pull a flintlock?
Uh,
16.
14.
Doesn't count for either of you two. It's just Avram.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Would be a 16.
You look down and see a very arcane-looking barrel aimed at your junk. And it is very elaborate.
So that was a thing on their other hip.
What's the lineage on that item that you have being there?
Well, I made it myself.
She's not artificial. Holy shit.
Care to see how well it works?
I would love to see how that works. Not against my friend, but I would love to see how that is a beautiful thing.
You don't see it.
Oh, we don't see it at all?
No.
So she's just talking. Okay.
So for 8 gold a day, how much of that wonderful insight knowledge you have on making firearms do we have available to us as well?
Not for 8 gold a day. But depending on what you're looking for, maybe you have a business partner. You provide the materials and a safe place to work, and I'll make shall we say, fun toys. And we can split the profits. It is my work after all.
I understand it's your work. The places we're going to go are going to make that wonderful, wonderful weapon that you have right now. I believe still pointed at me for some strange reason.
Yeah, it's still aimed right
It'll
at
look
you.
like child's play. Like child's play. So
So you're wanting me to demonstrate just how useful this is?
Oh, shit.
can demonstrate, but I would absolutely prefer that it not be on me. It's
Then
demonstrated.
on who? Or on what? I have no problems demonstrating it on really anyone in this bar.
For the record, would I be able to do deflect missile on this bullet?
Bro, look at my new bow real quick.
No.
I mean, I have free hands.
You would not be able to deflect it only because you don't see it and it is not aimed at you. If it was coming at you, I would allow you to deflect it, but it's not aimed at you, so...
I was gonna say because I'd blow a key point just to pull that friggin' matrix thing, snatch it out of the air, and be like, "What the hell?"
Well,
Um,
obviously, you're very skilled. I would not be opposed to your 8 gold a day, especially going up for our first run, and then we can always reevaluate and make sure that our relationship is beneficial for everyone.
Well, if you're wanting me to make items for you, then it is not 8 gold a day. It's 50% of the profits off my items.
50% of the profits on the weapons that we sell that are your event.
Well, it's not just weapons I can make.
What else can you make?
Yeah, like what's exactly your shopping list of items?
Well, I mean, weapons are my specialty, but I have been known to empower various weapons and martial weapons and armor to make them sturdier. I can't do anything as fancy as an enchanting wizard, but I'm able to hold my own fairly well and make some fairly strong materials. And I'm also very gifted at invention and in making new items.
Why do we feel like we just found a chief engineer? Like Star Trek shit. All right. With that, if I'll ask her straight up. How much is above the table? How much is below the table? For reasons. You know damn well what I'm getting at too, Bendy.
Um, like I said, 50% of profit from what I sell. And if you want something unique made, we can do it at cost if it's for another business partner. I get the sense you all aren't looking to just move cargo.
Okay. And I think your skill would definitely add a great deal of profit for everyone. Any objections?
I do not have one currently. No, can we get your resume in triplicate? Double spaced? I'm fucking kidding. I'm kidding. But I am curious as to exactly the full extent of things that she can do.
Well, I'd be more than happy to arrange a demonstration. What about you, little tiefling? You've been rather quiet.
She's quietly drinking her drink, just staring at us. No, but is she there? She's muted still.
She's muted.
So you all agree on 50% profit?
Of your hardware?
Yeah.
In Undercommon, I say the following: take 5 gold on the books. See me for the other part of the pay. We will work out a deal on all items that are sold from your invent.
In Thieves' Cant,
Oh shit! Which none of us are catching.
Oh, he does.
I am.
Yeah, well, like I said, the rest of us at the table, nope. Bob went to the bakery. Okay.
you hear, money isn't my primary motivator. There's far
Sorry,
more
I missed that.
valuable
I'm sorry.
money isn't my primary motivator. There's far more valuable goods out there. You seem to be the type
5.
to...
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
You seem to be the type that understands this. But your
I do.
friends, tell you what, if you don't argue with the 50% take, I'll cut you in on it.
We have a deal.
Did you say that in common, undercommon, or thieves' cant?
Been seeing Thieves' Cant the entire time. We've
Okay.
moved to Thieves' Cant.
So, and she's addressing everybody again. 50%, do we have a deal?
Good on this.
We have a deal.
Okay.
Now, would you happen to know a good carpenter? Have you sailed with one recently that's looking for a job?
None that are alive to tell of the tale.
Is there anyone in this establishment you would recommend to hire on that you would be okay working with?
I'm new to this town.
Oh boy. Okay.
I think of this as a prolonged shore visit that I've been trying to get away from.
uh, why do I keep hearing "I serve the flaming fish" screaming in the back of my head for some reason?
Now, tell me, what is the name of our business?
The Flying Daggers.
So what type of cargo are we transporting to Perm?
Fish, of course.
Of course.
Completely legal fish.
You see a hand wrap around you, Ice. And she pulls you in real close and whispers in your ear. What type of cargo are we really transporting to Perm?
Currently?
Get it?
And I'll say in Celestial, fish.
I speak Celestial, but not fish.
Yeah, oh, good. Somebody else gets it.
Fish
Interesting.
on Saboni, bro.
Did she understand that?
Make an insight check.
Oh, shit. Well,
You have no idea. She's very hard to read.
fuck. Okay. Currently,
Avram, make an insight check. Or, I'm sorry, make a perception check.
Perception.
oh, son of a bitch.
18.
You look down, and what was once there is no longer there. The gun is no longer aimed at your crotch.
I was gonna say.
Again,
But you have no idea where it went.
She's got a fucking holdout pistol? Jesus.
Oh, you have no idea where it went either. In fact,
No.
because of this, because you are sitting next to her, Ice, as she leaned in and said that to you, I will allow you to make a perception check.
13.
You still see the butt of whatever was in her left pocket, the left holster this whole time.
Yeah.
She has not made any moves to grab it.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, that's good to know. All right, well, again, drinks here. I guess we all should drink.
Okay.
Agree, or at least one new crew member to this team.
I do ask that if possible, is there a private quarters I would be able to take? I mean, not the captain's quarters, obviously, but surely there's some quarters that can be accommodated up under the forecastle.
There's 3 spots. There's 2 forward on the main deck and one area underneath cargo hold area.
I don't mind sleeping with a cannon.
Of course you would. So. And I'm just looking at
Besides,
you,
I need a space for my workshop that, shall we say, less desirables can't access.
That'd probably be the forward. Best place would be forward cargo hold then. Main cargo deck level. You got to get through 3 layers to get to there.
So you're talking about where the kitchen is, where the mess is?
Is that where the kitchen was on that?
Yes.
It is.
Ugh. I gotta look at the map.
And by the way, she just means like the non-skilled crew members that you don't trust.
Yeah.
That was the guy. I guess we could. We need.
definitely have something.
Yeah, we'd have to get change out one of the doors to the cannon area, but I guess we could set that up as yours.
Okay, that'll work. Work quite well. Tell me, what class of vessel do you have? A frigate? Ship of the line? A galleon?
Schooner.
You are quite new. Well, hopefully you won't have a schooner for too long with my aid.
That's what we're banking on.
We got to start somewhere.
Very well. Well, then with that, I will. I have some other business to attend to in town, but if you could, any just extra gear that you have that is not otherwise imbued, if you leave up there, we can start to work on throughout this initial trip, and then maybe you will see just how much I'm worth to you.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because again, previous life metagame where I'm going, man, this sounds like everything I've ever freaking like ops I've done. I'm like, wait, what did you store here? How did you get this here?
And she just walks away at that point.
Yeah, I know.
All of you can go ahead and make a perception check as she walks away.
11.
11,
14.
14,
15.
15,
I think she's
and
still there.
okay. Well, the 14 and the 15 were enough for both of you. You hear a skittering, and as you look under the tailcoat, you can kind of see the barrel of the gun disappear up the tailcoat and what looks like a few spindly legs.
Insight incident.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
The flash was so quick
hate.
you can't make out what the legs were or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Any check, like anything like to kind of like off of that, like
That'd be
sight or history.
Yeah, I was gonna say that should be history or some kind of knowledge check for lore on Drow.
This is not a drow thing. Has nothing to do with drow.
My guess it's a little,
But-
it's a little buddy. A little mechanical buddy. Who's a gun?
It's
You can make a Avram. You can make a history check. Actually, no. Just make a general knowledge check. So that'd be intelligence.
So now, 22.
A 22.
I rolled a 19.
Damn.
You don't know what exactly it is, but you do know that artificers like to invent weird, random things. And you get an inkling that that might have been some type of invention of hers. Because you did see the barrel of a very, very immaculate and masterfully crafted weapon that was recently aimed at you. So with that, is there anything that anybody else is doing at the bar right now, or at the tavern right now, or are we all just waiting around doing the general downtime activities?
Do I see anyone with like a toolbox that would look like they may be a carpenter?
Make a perception check.
4.
No.
Nope.
The rum's starting to get to you. It was very delicious rum, but it is starting to get to you.
All right.
all right. Well, I guess at this point, go into what is it? Standard Final Fantasy, day-night cycles.
Yeah, pretty much. At that point, that's what we're going to do unless there's something specific that you're looking to do. Just tell me what you're trying to do for downtime during the day.
I was gonna say we have to secure provisions. It said talk to a deckhand or the back workers.
Okay, that's not a problem. No, that's what I mean. It's not a problem. General provisions, food for everybody for we'll say 5-day voyage, just to be careful so that you don't run out of food or anything like that. Food and water for a 5-day voyage, is along with the crates and the barrels that you'll need. The barrels and crates are going to be 2 silver a piece. You're going to need 1 barrel of water, of fresh water. You'll need enough food, so 5 copper per person per day. So for the 5 of you plus, we'll say for 15 people a day. So that's 5 copper times
15.
I don't know.
75 copper per day.
Yeah, it's 375 copper, so that is, we'll say 38 silver. So it's going to be 50 silver for all of them, all the goods and various other materials and items you need. Because when they gave you the ship, they gave you the ship.
Yeah.
They took everything else off. The only thing they left.
Silver will cover everything.
It'll cover everything but cannon.
Okay.
Gunpowder, and all of that.
Damn it, they took that too? I thought that
They
was
left.
weapons.
They did leave the gunpowder, and they left the cannon shot. But that's all they left.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's life. We'll 3 out. We're not exactly transporting anything dangerous, but we will have to arm out. Probably be easier doing perm anyway.
You would think that based on what you have, you honestly you don't know. You've never really dealt with firearms or cannons before. None of you have a nautical background, so you have no idea if you have a lot or none.
My guess is we'll ask Clodo when she gets on. and she probably has some contacts given what she does.
And for the rest of the crew, you are, we'll say that throughout the course of the day, looking around, asking around, you are able to find a carpenter. You're able to find a navigator, and you're able to find a bosun. Each one of them comes in at 2 gold per day. And then to round out the rest of the needed crew, you need an additional 5 unskilled, just general sailors, and they're 2 copper per day.
And did we get the Kali and is it Boomog? Or, I'm
Yes.
not really sure. Okay.
Yep. They're the ones you were able to find.
Do we need a name on the carpenter?
No.
Since it's a higher position. Okay.
No.
All right.
NPC 6.
And
Yeah.
each and every unskilled worker, can we have their name and background? And
Yeah, I'll go ahead and work on that during the course of tomorrow to hell freezes over.
perfect. Just what I needed. Thank
Cool.
you.
So is there anything else you all are trying to do or in your downtime, or are you just kind of hanging out?
I'd say I'm hanging out to a degree. I will keep tabs and see if there's any reports that people go missing because of the dryad problem we technically fixed. See if anyone,
Okay.
you know,
Make an investigation check.
just curious. 20, not natural.
No new reports of missing individuals have made their way back in the 3 days that you've been here.
Okay.
Is anybody else trying to do anything?
I will just use the whatever it is. What is it? The ring of communication. Just let the headmaster know that we've secured a crew. We've secured our first job, and things are going well.
So what are you saying?
Just that we secured a crew, our first job, and that things are going well so far.
That's good to hear. You should have already met a gunner that can help you.
We have. Did you
And
happen
what-
to know that we were going to meet a gunner?
Well, I had my suspicions.
Were you suspicious of a drow gunner?
Yes.
All right.
She
Is this person,
she does not work directly for the academy. What you agree with her is between you and her, but she is extremely resourceful.
that'll be very helpful. Is she trustworthy?
There's a dead dial tone.
That is for you to determine. I've found that she has not intentionally broken my trust.
That's good to know. Thank you. Is there anyone else we should be looking out for? Did you send a navigator and a bosun our way as well?
No response.
Good talk. Good talk. All right.
Alright, shit.
Is there like
So-
a general store or anything?
What are you looking for?
Any kind of like, trying to think. I have that. Now then, we'll find it here. I'll wait till we get to perm
Okay.
because I don't think we're finding anything.
Okay. Well then, with that, we will end the first of 3 days of downtime. And by the way, like the ship gathering, the procurement and all of that, just kind of spread out. The next 3 days until you all decide to leave port are going to just be downtime. So if there's something specific you want to do during that day, we can do it. Otherwise, we're just going to do the fast travel to get through. But with that, let's take a break since we've been going for a bit. So we'll take a 10-minute break. Sound good?
Sounds very good.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, Jim, I'll let you in.
Hey, Nolan, real quick.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, because I'm assuming we didn't drink all of that. Can I stash one of those 5 gold bottle of top shelf rum in my bag?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yep, not a problem.
Just quick question. It was 50 silver for the 5 days of provisions, correct?
Yes.
It wasn't 50 silver a day.
No, 50 silver for all 5 days.
Okay. So basically, to run everything, it's 14 gold and 50. Is it? So it's 10 copper to a silver, correct?
Yes, 10 copper to 1 silver, 10 silver to 1 gold.
Gotcha. So 50 gold, 14 silver. Sorry, 14 gold, 51 silver for all the crew a day, and provisions.
Wait. What? 2, 4.
Right? 2, 4, 6, 14
Well,
gold.
2, 4, 8 plus 8. So that's 12 gold per day for the skill. 2, 4, 6. No, 14 gold, and then 5 unskilled crew members at 2 copper a day, which is 1 silver a day.
Yep. And then 50
Oh.
silver for the provisions.
But the gold, I mean, the provisions were bought. You buy those in mass.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like how much it's going to cost to run everything per day, basically.
What's the overhead?
Oh, it's
And that's not including port fees.
it's 5 copper per person for food and water per day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, all right. So with day 1 of your 2 extra days of downtime done, is there anything else you all are looking to do for days 2 or days 3?
Not a whole lot in this place.
Okay.
Should we meet with the mayor? Check in, make sure things are going okay.
see the current status of the lawmaster.
Have they heard anything?
I mean, that'd be a cursory check anyway. Just be like, just so we know, like she's still in the cell, right? Like we're not gonna
No,
run.
the headmaster took her, right?
Oh, that's right. Ooh, yeah, she did. He dipped her out. So, all right. Well, as long as the mayor doesn't have anything crazy, or he'd be like, "So we're leaving. Anything want us to move real quick?"
Yeah. Maybe let's over there.
Okay, so you you all make your way to the government building and find the mayor. I yes, can I help you?
Yeah, we just wanted to check in, make sure things were going okay with after everything that has gone on.
Yeah, no, it's everything seems to be going pretty well. I've gotten some word from Perm that they're going to be having a new lawmaster come in soon, and they're going to have some new guard come down from Perm until we can figure out a better way to deal with things.
Have there been any other issues that have popped up?
None that I'm aware of.
All right. We'll be head up to Perm here in a few days. I'm not sure when we'll be back, but I'm sure we'll check in. Make sure things are going okay.
Okay, yeah, not a problem. You'll have a safe voyage and
Thank you.
good luck.
He wants out of town as fast as possible.
All right. Anywhere else we need to go?
I'm not aware of. So we got a crew. We got the cargo unloading. We have our effective engineering team.
Do we have anything that Clodo can start working on? Do we have any gear, extra gear that we found?
It's whatever you guys had from back of the again.
Yeah, I forget.
Out of combat, out of character. You had whatever you guys had left at the barracks or the dorm that you guys had that was being brought down. So whatever was on that inventory list and anything from previous characters you salvaged.
That's basically your old stuff.
Yeah.
Well, except for I did use. I forget if it was your sword or what it was. I used something of yours.
I had bow, I had arrows, I had scale mail, I had probably open up that old character sheet.
Yeah, I'm trying to find what were the quartermaster. I'm assuming that the quartermaster is bringing our stuff.
Yeah, that was the arrangement last time from the schoolmaster, but yeah, you got all that stuff, short swords, nothing crazy. You had whatever you recovered from the hippogriff's nest, and whatever you had back in there.
It's somewhere. I'm just gonna have to look for it.
Okay.
Okay, so are you all making your way back to the ship then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's technically where we're living anyways at this moment.
Yeah. Can I get everybody to roll a perception check?
15.
Okay.
12.
12.
23.
Okay. As you all start to make your way onto the dock, you see a fairly large cart in front of your ship. And there appears to be some dock workers moving materials off the cart and what looks to be some chests onto the ship. Avram, with the distance you are at, you also notice a... Let me grab the right thing here, because I gotta get to it. There it is. A light blue male standing about 4.5 feet tall, about 120 pounds. Very finely dressed. Seems to be directing the chests on the unloading of this wagon onto the ship.
Are we close enough to speak to them, or are we still a little too far away?
You're still walking up the docks.
Captain, I think our quartermaster is here.
Where? I'll look over.
And
Right.
now you all are starting to actually actively approach the wagon, the cart, and you're able to all see what I just described.
Let's introduce ourselves. Hello. Can we help you? This is our ship. I see you're directing things onto it.
Well, yes, I am your quartermaster.
Oh,
You must be
welcome.
Arrakis and Avram and Flintock and Ice and Lilith, correct?
that is correct.
So far.
And you are, sir?
I am Celeron.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming in and jumping right in.
Not a problem, but I won't be here long. I'll be here long enough to make sure one of you is proficient in becoming a quartermaster, and then I have my own duties to attend to.
All right.
Good deal.
I thought we were getting a permanent person, but okay.
Well, I would have stayed permanently, but you seem to have already made a deal with Aklodo. And the
So
headmaster has informed me that she will suffice for the needs of the academy. So he has seen my expertise needed elsewhere.
Okay.
News to us. We did make a deal with her to be the master gunner.
Well, yes, that's why I'm not leaving until one of you is proficient at being a quartermaster.
Okay.
What does
Okay.
one need to take proficiency in being a quartermaster, good sir?
You have to you learn how to manage the ship's inventory and gear and properly procure everything for the way out and maintain ship finances and pretty much all the aspects of the business. You're also in charge of ensuring all funds are dispersed. After all, a crew doesn't stay long if they're not paid well.
Of course. Of course.
Hey guys, do you mind if I go? I'm so sorry. It's just because my phone's dying right now.
That's okay.
Have a good one.
I'm sorry. Next week. Hey, real quick. I'll show you later. All right. Bye.
Yeah, we will discuss and figure out who would be the best quartermaster.
And then outside of this, so the way it works with ships is it's not a specific like skill proficiency to become a quartermaster or a navigator or anything like that. It's a skill you learn, and then you'll add it into your proficiencies.
Yeah.
Because they
It's
don't
not like
require.
something like where like you have to something like the cooking, like you have like Steve is like learning for.
Well, he's learning because that's an actual tool that you can use.
Okay.
Right. That's an actual tool out there, but it'd go into the same type of proficiency list as where the cook's tools go, cook's utensils go, and all of that. All right. So when you become proficient as being a quartermaster, that's a quartermaster becoming proficient with as a gunner makes you proficient with cannon, ship's cannons, and siege weapons. Or with ship's cannons in this case, becoming proficient as a navigator allows you proficiency in navigator's tools. Right, becoming a proficient carpenter allows you proficiency with carpentry tools.
Okay. Celeron, did you happen to bring our items from the academy?
That's what they're loading below decks.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Not a problem. You don't have to decide who will be a quartermaster right away, but during this voyage to Perm, you should be thinking about which duties and responsibilities of the ship you wish to take on.
Okay. Who will have that information for you by the end of the day? Are you still good here getting the rest of this on board?
Yes, there's very little for me to do. You seem to have already managed to round up all the necessary equipment and provisions.
We've been trying to be busy. Do you happen to have any knowledge of contacts in Perm or maybe in the surrounding cities? Our first job, honestly, we're hauling fish. But any business contacts that would be helpful would be much appreciated.
I do know a few contacts in Perm that would be able to take it off your hands. I cannot guarantee that they would be taking it off your hands at a immediate full market value. They might take it off your hands at a little bit more than the normal cost, but they have to make a profit as well, and they will buy your entire shipment.
Understood. I'd love to at least meet with them.
Well, if you wish, I can send a message to them.
That'd be great.
You gotta love making contacts.
And as you see him turn around, he pulls out a stone, and he speaks into the stone for a little bit, and then a deal has been struck. They will be waiting for us in Perm in about 4 days time, about 5 days time, and they'll purchase your entire cargo for 10 copper a pound.
And I don't care. It was 9 copper is what we were figuring, correct?
Yes.
9 coppers base value.
Yeah.
Thank you for the cheer. The 1 round wonder. Awesome, man. Thanks. Yeah, so normal trade value is 9 copper a pound, but because Perm is such a high demand city for fish, it's actually at 100, like top end value is 125% normal. But effectively, you are doing a bulk sale with an immediate turnaround. So
We're working for Costco.
That's fine.
There you go.
That's fine.
at this point, I don't even know that I would say you're working for Costco, man.
Is this person someone we should be looking for? Will they be looking for us? Do we have a name?
They'll find me.
All right,
Good.
sounds good.
All right. Is there anything else you all are trying to do? At no point have you figured out whether or not you have enough shot and powder to defend yourselves with yet.
Oh, we can talk to our resident
Yeah,
friendly
we were going to ask
Whaler.
Polo when she got there. Hopefully she comes before we leave.
Okay. So yeah, you walk up. You either all of you can do this or one of you. It doesn't matter. You approach the port side on the forecastle, and what was a wooden door is no longer a wooden door. It is now a solid steel door.
She completely armored it. Jesus.
And thank you for the follow. So, what do you all do? The door is currently shut.
Knock, because we're not getting through this anytime soon.
Okay, you hear a loud echo throughout the door, and you hear as the lock is what sounds like a massive lock gets slid open, and she opens the door. Yes. I hope you don't mind. I've made some improvements to the quarters.
We've noticed.
Well, when I'm tinkering with things, it's best to do so in a room that can contain the force of a mishap.
Do I see barding on any of the wood on the inside?
Make a perception check.
That's pretty simple. Why am I wasting these natural 20s of 25?
You don't see any barding on the wood, but what you do see is massive steel reinforcements.
Like steel hull enforcements on a wood ship?
It looks like she has armored the interior of this room.
God damn. Okay. Is the cannon still in there, or is there just a port where it should go?
So with that perception, the cannon is no longer there. What you do see is a spider turret-looking device. It's got 4 spider-like legs that are kind of bit down into the ground, like it's sitting there resting, but it's able to move and skitter about. And you see a intricately carved and modeled. It looks kind of like a anti-tank rifle.
What did we get ourselves involved with? I'm just gonna see that and go, "That's new," and then immediately turn around and walk out of the room and be like, "I'm not being close to that." Nope.
And
nope.
Avram, as you hear Ice say, "That's new," you peek your head around the corner, and you very clearly see the weapon that was just a couple days ago aimed at your crotch, except now you can see the whole thing. It is
What
much
it is, or
bigger than what you thought it was.
He said,
You intending to use that?
Well, I mean, if any unwanted vessels come along the side, I figured better to have my cannon than, no offense, that pea shooter you had.
Oh, I'll take it.
What are you doing? You're trying to take her gun?
No, I said. I mean, I agree. Saying I'll take. As in, I agree. I agree.
Okay. Sorry. I just needed to make sure I understood what you were trying to do there.
This is probably very bad.
Take it. I'll allow it.
Is there anything I can help you with? I've made myself quite at home. As you can see, I've been pretty busy.
Weight distribution gonna be a problem, or are we just gonna like
It's not something to worry about.
Oh boy. Okay. Do we need any more supplies, explosives?
Well, we always
hardware?
need more explosives. I mean, what are you wanting to make?
No, we need to make a 5-day trip. We need to make sure we can just repel anything headed towards us.
Well, last count, we have enough cannon shot for the 5 remaining cannons for about 5 volleys. I'd recommend getting another probably 10, 15 volleys worth of cannon and cannon shot in powder. Your cannons seem to be fairly small, so I doubt they'll take grape shot very well, or chain shot, or any of my more unique blends, but that should do for a 5-day trip, and hopefully this vessel has the speed to outrun anything significantly bigger than us, because we're screwed if it doesn't.
I know you said you're. Oh, am I down? I'm assuming I went down there with them.
Yeah.
Well, this is still on the main deck, so
I know you said you were new to the area, but do you happen to know who would be selling those supplies?
Well, you can
In the
just
area?
ask the dock workers. They
Okay.
resupply ships around here with cannon and
Alright.
powder all the
And
time.
I will head
I-
out there and.
I can't
get
guarantee
what you
that
need.
it's of good quality, but it'll work.
And then I'll head out and go see if I can find a dock worker.
Okay. Yeah, it's not hard to find a dock worker. They're pretty much everywhere.
For 15 volleys, how much would we need? How much would it cost?
Um,
You said 10 to 15, so I'm going on the higher end just in case.
yeah, extra rounds, extra rounds in the gunpowder.
I want to start melting stuff down and shoving in cannons to shoot.
Hey, look, silverware works great.
we'll say it's a ball, ball lead, so 2-pound lead. So give me a second here.
Take your time.
It's 2 silver per cannonball, and then we're looking at 4 each for enough gunpowder for shot. That's gonna be a good one. We'll say it's an additional probably 4 silver per. Yeah, about 4 silver per round. Right? Cannonballs are cheap. They're made, it's made of lead.
Gotcha.
Gunpowder, while not super uncommon, is still relatively new, and since you don't have anybody custom making it for you,
Yep.
you get the feeling you're not getting a great deal on the price.
We're starting out. I'm not expecting to get great deals on anything, honestly. So that's 9 gold, correct? For all 15.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'll go ahead and pay it.
Okay. So you have enough rounds for 20 volleys out of all cannons. So 20 times 5. So you have 100 cannonballs and enough powder sets for enough powder charges for 100 shots.
On the way back in, I'm going to head down where everyone's kind of loading up. And I'm going to try and look for my Foot Locker, chest or whatever, where we put all the stuff that we had.
Okay. Yeah, it's not hard to find your footlocker. It looks like the quartermaster has put all of your lockers in the lower deck aft cabin. If you want to move all of your team's personal gear up into the captain's quarters, you're free to do so. It's your ship.
I'll grab at least mine and move it up there. And I will eventually let them know that they can keep it up there if they want, if you want to,
Okay.
or they can keep it with them.
Also, at this time, you're starting to notice a lot more crew members board and start to claim it. Space is starting to get kind of limited.
Yeah.
The skilled workers, the skilled members, they do expect some level of privacy to a degree, right? They don't expect their own cabins or anything like that, but they do expect, an officer's berthing as opposed to.
Gotcha. Can I put them so all of us are in the one officer's area? Clobo is in the one side. Can I put the other higher ups on the other side? Would that be okay?
That's
a
the only place to do that.
Cannon
Yeah.
space. That's not strictly speaking a quarters.
Where else will we put them? I really don't know. Let me look at the picture again.
Yeah, well, Vinny, according to your whole blueprint, there really isn't too many other places to put anyone else.
No, but temporarily what you could do is you all could stay in the captain's quarters and give the three members, the three other officers that room.
All right.
Flintock's living in the frickin' galley anyways.
That is true. Okay, that's what we'll do eventually. But I will take mine up real quick. I'm gonna go through it. Grab those encoded financial papers.
Okay.
The gold ring.
Okay.
And then the gems. And I'm actually going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
And do I get any pings off of anything?
So looking around, you don't get any magic. There's no magic auras emanating from any of the gemstones or anything like that. There is a magical aura emanating from the ring, and it is School of Enchantment. I think. Give me just 1 second to double check that.
No problem.
I just want to make sure I say the right one. I have this stuff all around me. The whole water everywhere and not a drop to drink. Enhance. I'm sorry, transmutation.
Okay. Okay. Do I get a sense of what it may do? Are there any...
You know that it is from the School of Transmutation.
Yes.
But that's all Detect Magic will tell you.
All right.
Detect magic just tells you if it is magical and what school it is.
All right. You know what? I'm going to put it in my pocket and walk back. I don't know if it's upstairs. Um, do I get anything else as far as when I'm looking in Clobo's area? Anything else?
Everything in there screams magic.
Great, blowing the entire thing. Do I know? Can you tell what schools? Or just all the above?
The big ones that would stand out to you would be School of Evocation on the gun and School of Enchantment on the walls.
On what?
On the walls.
Gotcha. Okay. Good to know. And then I'll just mention to everyone else, hey, space is getting a little limited here. Do you guys want to move your stuff up to the captain's quarters and let the rest of the crew sleep down where you guys were?
I don't got an issue with it. I just need a little bit of floor space and a place to crash.
I still call bed
Fine.
because, I'm big.
And actually, I lied. It would be Abjuration, not Enchantment.
The walls or?
Yes, the
yeah.
walls.
All right. Should we move that stuff up?
Okay. Yeah, y'all are able to move your gear up without a problem and direct the skilled officers down to the aft crew berthing, or officer berthing, we'll call it.
Lower O's.
All right. Is there anything else you all are trying to do for the day?
Nope. Unload and see what adventures await us in the high seas.
All right. Are we getting ready to take a nap? Go to sleep?
Pretty much, right? I mean, I'm
Okay.
not going to go through the rest of this for that. For no
All right.
reason.
I'll call Abram and Ice and Flintock. Make
Food?
okay. What? Oh, is he? Oh, he's up.
Food?
He's sitting up the front, right?
Yeah, he's still,
Flintock
he's
sleeps
still
in the galley.
Okay. Well, I'll call those two in and be like, I have something to ask you, and I don't know what's going to happen, but I found this. I'm going to pull out the ring. I'm just going to say, I know it's magical. I'm going to put it on. If I go crazy, please kill me.
What?
If anything bad happens, feel free to protect the ship and yourselves.
Whoa, I'm gonna be like, whoa, hold on a second, wait. Because I'm at the receiving end of your shit already more than once.
Well, I know it's from the school of transmutation, so I don't know if it's going to change me. I hope it won't change me into a huge giant or something where I'm going to break out the ship.
Wouldn't you want to, I don't know, have someone tell you what an item is before you go ahead and do something crazy like this?
I'm real curious though.
Is there a way for me to kind of look at it and try to get an understanding of what it might be?
What spells do you know?
Arcana.
Oh, it's well, I mean, you can roll an Arcana check, but that'll just tell you if it's potentially magical.
We know it's magical. Not gonna help us anything.
The only thing that's going to tell you exactly what it is the identify spell. That's how magic works.
I was
Right.
gonna say we're going to a major city to check that out. I mean, we can get someone to. I mean, discretion. I mean, again, one of the most dangerous people in the room, other than myself, wants to put on something that might or may not turn them crazy. I'm like, that doesn't seem like the most smartest game plan.
You're right. It's probably not. And I put it on.
Freaking tastic.
Just start cracking knuckles. Like, all
I'm
right.
sorry. Out of game. It's killing me. I've been thinking about this for like days now.
Okay, you put the ring on. You suddenly feel
A rage come over me.
like you have gotten really good at deception. In fact, you feel like you could have advantage on deception checks.
Is there any physical change?
No?
Okay.
Are you feeling okay?
I feel great.
Can you take the ring off?
I could. Absolutely. But you don't want me to, do you?
There's this moment of my freaking monks in the corner going, shit.
Ask something else.
What? No. Physically take it off because I'm at least aware of some of this crap from reading in history books.
No, listen, I feel fine. I'm not angry. I'm not pulling my sword out. I'm okay.
It's great. Take the ring off.
Yeah, I'm not asking anymore. I'm going to tell you to take the ring off.
I'll take it off. When you ask me, how about this?
It doesn't
Ask me if I
budge.
can know it. What?
The ring doesn't budge.
Ah, shit. You can't take. Oh, not good.
All right, give me a second because I need to add something to your inventory.
No, hold on. We have a resident. We have a resident. I don't want to call her. Let me go get our little tink. Let's go get our tinkerer here. Get this out right now. I make my way to, I guess, to the steel door of that.
The armory.
Refresh your
guess-
page.
Gotcha.
Okay, you make your way to the door. Door's open. She's in there.
Do you mind helping us out with a little bit of an argument that we're having right now?
Sure, this sounds fun.
Wait, oh, it certainly is.
And when you said
Please.
argument, you see her walk, and you suddenly hear from behind her. And as you look, you see this cannon following her.
Oh, Jesus.
It's even better. It's even better. Back into the captain's quarters.
Okay. So, what's this argument about?
Ring that is on Brachus's finger now
Yes.
apparently doesn't want to come off. Help us understand why.
I'll show the ring.
Well, if it doesn't want to come off, then it's probably a cursed ring.
Oh, fantastic.
There's probably some type of curse associated with the ring.
Your knowledge base, do you know how to what the best way to uncurse said ring is?
Get some type of arcane caster who is sufficiently skilled and has the ability to remove curse.
So we're going to perm. Who's got first watch on Arrakis? Because, oh boy.
I can, if you're willing to hold your hand still for 10 minutes, I can identify it for you.
Sure, sounds
That would
good.
be fantastic.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
And you see her pull her gun out.
Is his hand staying attached, or
Yes, this is just my spellcasting focus.
again? I'm just weary, like leering at her, going, "What?"
It looks so. Now that you get a better look at this, it looks like a old school flintlock. It looks like a percussion cap, musket or pistol, but there's no powder. There's no ramrod. There's no charging rods. There's no powder reservoirs. Nothing like that. This appears to be some type of arcane firearm.
It's a fucking phaser. She has a phaser.
I'm okay with this.
And
I'm okay with this.
you see her you see her also pull out a very, very nice, immaculate pearl as she aims the arcane firearm, and you see her start taking the pearl and moving it in a circle over his hand for the next 10 minutes as she is muttering an arcane incantation. Yes, this is a Ring of Deception. It will grant you advantage on all deception checks, but it does bear a curse.
Curse, of course. What the curse happens to be?
I do.
What's the down? We know the upside. What's the downside?
This ring will magically compel its user or wearer to commit a felony a day.
I just look at the paladin and go, what?
No way that I'm going to do that.
Cursed. Stop saying words. Stop saying words.
You know I wouldn't do that.
Insight check.
Okay, make an insight check.
Can I roll a deception check?
Yeah. I rolled an 8. I'm pretty sure he beat me.
This wasn't a deception check because you legitimately believe you won't commit felonies,
Okay.
right? Do you? I mean, let me ask you that. Do you believe that, or are you?
Do I know, like, since putting it on, do I know that about it? Or
Well, now that she's told you what the curse is, like that's all you know. I mean, you know it's cursed. You wouldn't know like the bottom half of that, but you do hear in the back of your mind an urge to take it out of her hand.
then of course not. I'm not going to be doing that. And yes, that would be a deception check.
Okay, roll deception at advantage because
Son of
it
a
gives
bitch.
you advantage.
Yeah, you already beat me. I rolled an 8 trying to see this. Like, yeah, I trust him, kind of.
Am I rolling as well, or just
Like Ice is the only one that asked for an insight check, so you're too late for that one, unfortunately.
Listen, if it gets out of hand, we know we can always maybe swing by the academy and knock whatever kind of.
No. It's not, no, we're not going to the academy.
We're going.
By the academy.
We're going by the.
We're taking care of this in Perm.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're
That's where we're taking care of this.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do whatever you guys want. Not a
taking
problem.
this thing off.
Go ahead and try.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I don't believe
I-
one You can tell me anything now. I am not believing one word coming out of your mouth.
That's fine. You can believe me or not. It's up to you.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
So besides this, we will deal with it in perm. Can we finish getting this stuff on the ship, please?
It's loaded. Your ship's ready to go. You're just waiting the final night.
All right. Cool. Did we move everything up?
Well, if it's
You
already-
moved
if
your
we're
stuff
loaded
up,
and
but
ready
did
to
everybody
go
else
now,
move their
Yeah,
stuff
I
up?
mean your guys' stuff. Did we move it up?
I was gonna say, if we're loaded now, we're good to go. I'm like, let's go. There's no sense of waiting. I mean, we got full cargo. You know, ice don't. If anything, I know ice, and ice don't last forever.
We decided who's
The fish will be
learning the
loaded
quartermaster?
over the night. The fish are going to be loaded overnight.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Zach, real quick, who's going to be quartermaster?
That
We have to decide who's going to be quartermaster. Who's going to train to be quartermaster? And I'll have to spend the
You
night
have
trying to-
until perm to make those decisions.
yeah, so we got a couple days.
Okay. All right. All right. Do you want to turn in?
Sure.
Okay.
Who's got first watch?
you.
I gotta look at something real quick.
Because Arrakis is staying in his bed. Because we can't have this.
All right. Let's get going. Get the night in, and we'll deal with the rest tomorrow.
Okay. So,
Do we want to talk to Flintock, let him know what's going on?
I'm assuming all of us were in the galley together when we just did this as a team.
No,
you were in the captain's quarters.
Yeah, we were in the captain's quarters. I'll go let him know. We're headed off tomorrow.
No, I got this, bro. I got this. I just have my ring that is like, oh, look at this. Look, it comes on and off. It comes on and off. It puts it back on. And then immediately send message to Lilith and our Flintlock and Leno. Hey, we're pulling shot. We're getting out of here first light tomorrow.
All right.
You hear a response
Miss-
that's coming back from.
Go ahead.
Sounds good.
All right.
So, I asked this since you put this wonderful ring on. Was that the ring we found? Hippogriff layer?
Yep.
Those papers, I can take a look at them now.
That'd be great. We can also see if Celeron may know because they were encoded or encrypted some way. But yeah, here, take a look.
So I will do a comprehend language on the papers to see if I can understand them.
Okay. I'll go get them out of the footlocker, and I'll go over and go into Lilith's footlocker.
Okay.
Just start rifling through it and grab something.
Make a stealth check.
Stealth check.
Yes.
Oh, hold on, it's a disadvantage.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, because Lilith's locker is in the captain's quarters. Never mind.
Yeah.
Make a sleight of hand check.
18.
Okay. Inside, let me see what she has.
You have no chance of seeing this, I'm assuming.
You can make a perception check. But you're trying to read a book.
Yeah, he's reading. I guess I'd be the one to notice it. If
You'd
I
have
did.
to make a perception check.
16.
Nope, you don't see it. You are able to come out with a
Because
pair
I'm
of
looking-
manacles.
Oh,
What? I'm not even asking. I'm not even asking.
I will go over. Oh, I'll kind of hide them and be like, "Oh, my bad." And I'll go into mine, put the manacles in, and get the papers out and hand them. Here you go.
Okay, if you haven't handed him the papers yet, then yes, Avram, you can absolutely roll perception. I thought he'd already handed
Yeah, I
you the
rolled it.
papers.
I didn't think so. I rolled the. No. Roll the 20. I'm gonna see this.
You did, yeah. You didn't see what he took, but you saw something was pulled out of her chest.
Here's your papers.
That back, please.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Whatever it is you took out of the locker, please put it back.
I didn't take anything out of the locker.
Even though I saw this,
This is an interesting couple days.
me a favor. Whatever that was that you took out of there, please. The sanctity of this wonderful crew. Step back.
This is a great crew. I love this crew. We've been through a lot together. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not in a position at this point to try and guess whatever it is you pulled out of the locker. So I'm just gonna say this: until that ring off, there's not one thing I'm going to believe comes out of your mouth.
Hold on.
Oh, and Ice, by the way, make a perception check, Ice.
Again? All right.
Yes, just Ice.
8.
You feel something tapping the back of your leg.
What? Okay, I turn and look.
You see the barrel of a arcane howitzer poking your leg and then looking towards the front of the ship, like swiveling its barrel to the front of the ship, and then it walks forward a few feet, looks back to you.
Like, there's so many bad jokes that are going through my head right now. I feel like, what is it, boy? What is it? Come on. Come on.
It starts moving towards the front of the ship. Do you follow?
I'm just going to look at the scene in here and go, I'm going to come back to this. And then go follow the spider bot and be like, all right, what the hell is going on? I'm like, this is the weirdest freaking. I'm like, I left the monastery for this? And walk over. Yeah, follow the bot into wherever it's taking me to the front of the ship.
It's taking you to its master's room.
Okay.
Yeah, it's taking you to Eklodo's room.
Okay, so
The door's open. It scurries in, and do you
I'll walk
enter?
in and lean against the door frame and like, I'm assuming you looking for me?
Yes, that was rather entertaining what your captain did. Or is your friend? I don't really know, but it doesn't matter. We're all partners here. Tell me, is there anything you'd like me to make you?
Apparently, I'm pretty well armed, and I flicks my claws back out and pull it back in. I'm like, I'm kind of set. I'm not quite as dependent on equipment like the others.
Well, that's true. You are a monk. I understand that. I assume you're familiar with this then. And you see her reach behind her back.
Whoa, hold on. Ears propped forward, like, whoa, what are you reaching for?
And you see her pull out a piece of metal. And as she opens her thumb, you see two sections fall down, held together by chains.
Where? Okay. Curiosity. I'm like, okay, I'm listening.
It has some fun properties.
Such as.
Nothing I'm willing to demonstrate in this room.
Oh god. So weird.
The main deck suffices.
Huh?
The main deck.
Yeah, we're. Well, we
You're
walked out
currently
one.
in her cabin in the forecastle. So,
So
just
yeah, we
yeah.
walked out.
Okay. And you see her as she she goes, I assume you know what a 3-section staff is.
Yes. One of the weapons I've trained with.
And you see as she swings the one, it appears to get about a 10-foot reach if you swing it one-handed.
Mm-hmm.
But it can also do this. And you see as she makes a quick wrap motion around her, you see a pulse of wind come off it.
Okay. Again, you have
Make
my attention.
a strength saving throw.
Oh shit. Ooh. Ha! 19.
You are able to resist being blown back 10 feet.
Shiny.
Are you still not interested in it?
Oh no, I never said I wasn't interested in it. I'm just like, every time you pulled something out today, I become nervous.
Well, as you should. I am a very dubious character.
Yeah, and I still need Celestial. No shit.
She responds, I know.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Alright, that's good to know. You understand Celestial. Okay, what's the red tape? There's always a catch.
Well, I figured I would even the playing field against you and him.
What, the pally?
Yes, the Pally.
Is this thing gonna explode on me? Do anything weird? Anything I should be aware of? Any favors I now owe you?
No, you owe me no favors. I just wanted to even the playing field across you all.
Insight check?
Go for it.
I'm not sure. This has been shady since the start. 15?
You, best you can tell, you think she's on the level. You have no idea if this is an act or if she's being truthful.
Alright. And I'm like, I'll extend my paw and be like, appreciate it?
You're very welcome. You do have to meditate with this for 8 hours to gain its abilities.
I have to attune to this thing?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not against that. I guess I'll work on that tomorrow, and then obviously flick it closed and hook it to my spot in my lower back where I will probably have a dagger.
Okay. I will get you the rules for it by the next
Okay.
session. Back to Avram and Arrakis.
See the papers, please, now.
Here you go.
I cast comprehend languages on them to see if I can understand them.
Okay. You're able to understand it is a financial paper. As far as what you don't understand what the names are because the names are coded, but you do see the monetary values.
What are we looking at in terms of monetary value? Gold, silver.
High amounts of silver, but low amounts of gold. Could be potential smuggling, or potential bookie. All told, it does add up to quite a bit. You know, if
Cal-
you're just going,
Like,
if you're going through the pluses and the minuses, you can see there's probably all told throughout that book probably 50 platinum worth of currency that has been exchanged back and forth between these various what would appear to be code words.
I'll send this. I'll ask the quartermaster when he heads back to the academy to take this to the headmaster and see if the headmaster wants to do anything.
Okay.
It's a little too far out of our endeavor to back and try to fix. Unless, can you disagree?
No, I think that's great.
Right.
Who identified those gems the other day?
Gems.
I remember we got the what was it? The black onyx, the jasper.
I believe
Was
that
that
was
one of us?
ice.
Who was it?
Yeah, it was ice.
Okay.
Yeah, I got identified. Out of game, I identified some of them. I think there was a transparent gem and something else I couldn't really ID.
Are you back now?
Yeah, sure. I'll wander back after getting my new toy.
And I'll just say, hey, I noticed you did really well with those gems. These are some that we found a while back. Maybe you could take a look at them.
Okay.
And there were 7 of them. One was opaque, light, blue, 2 translucent pink. One was a mossy color. One was black. One was a dark. I have dark light green. That doesn't really make sense. One was translucent, with the outer being brown and the inner being golden in color.
Okay. I'll use my skill set. Nolan, what I gotta roll for this?
Investigation. I'm sorry. No, this is proficiency with your jeweler's kit plus intelligence.
So 2 plus 1, so whatever I'm rolling, that's plus 3. 8. Not that hot.
An 8.
Yeah, I'm still a little frazzled from whatever the hell I just picked up.
Yeah, you're the only thing you're able to make out is an additional obsidian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pick through it and just be like, I know what this is for sure, but the rest of this stuff, I'm like, I'm good. I can work on this stuff, but I'm like, what it is specifically, we're gonna need a legit jeweler for this type of stuff.
Okay.
But that is anything else you doing today? Tonight at this point.
No. Lay
No?
down for a rest.
Okay. So with that, you all end up going to sleep for the evening, and Arrakis, I will say that for today, the requirements have been fulfilled.
Thank you.
You all are able to find your way into slumber for the evening. If you're wishing to meditate with this over the course of your long rest, you're able to, and you'll be attuned to it when you wake up.
No, I mean, I'll do that in the morning. It's 8 hours, so I'll find a.
Okay.
We're killing time anyway, so I'll find a spot on the.
Well, tomorrow morning, you're going to be getting loaded and underway.
Okay, so then yeah, I'll do it
So-
tonight, and then.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's the attunement requirements a long rest with it in contact with you and
Okay.
et cetera, et cetera. With that, we will end the session here. 500 experience for everybody.
Yay!
Let's hear.
Yay.
And if you're wanting to level up or do anything else that your spells say you're allowed to do, you're able to do so. For everybody watching, thank you so much for tuning in. We're happy to have kept you all entertained for the evening, such as it is. And we will see you next Wednesday. Have a great evening.